Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Wa Gam Football Fan Forum. Um, ñu ñoo dal si waat rek si seen weekly show bi. This is the first actually first show boo xam ne ñu ngi ko tuddee Straight Talk. Um, Programme la boo xam ne we will be 100% discussing issues regarding Gambian football. um, which is going to be a little bit different than hashtag Know Your Gambian Football. Tey nag am nañ fi koo xam ne xaaj na si media bi trop koo xam ne stakeholder la si Gambian football and journalist la, and he's been very very instrumental in the development of football in the Gambia. Um, he is no other than dinaa bàyyi moom si boppam sax si kanam tuuti rek mu introduce boppam waaye di baalu rek suñ encore bi Buba Jallow Fala Boya xam naa loxom bi moo xaw a téye rek xam naa si lu bañ a yàgg rek dinañu join si studio bi and then ñu continuer programme bi si suñ Straight Talk ñun nag comme niñ ko waxee ñun duñ ay journalist it's like forum la boo xam ne we just use it to discuss issues affecting football in the country because ñëpp football moo ñu ñor te football lañ bokka fa lañ bokka looloo taxit ñuy jël the initiative of ñuy ñëw toog di discuss things that are affecting Gambian football because feel nañ ne lu ñoo wax ak lu ñoo wéccu wante xalaat ak nit ñi dina dimbali authorities yi tamit ñu mën a make better plans ak better decisions pour ne rek football bi dem si kanam li ma def rek mooy dina bàyyi suma xarit suma brother di Habib Fall si di co-host bi mu nuyoo rek tan suñ pare rek ñu dugal si ki mooy suñ gan bi tey the first edition of Straight Talk.
Asalaamaaleykum everybody comme nu ko Sana waxee rek ñëpp xam nañ ne dañuy am suñ normal Friday programme bi boo xam ne ñëpp xam nañ ko waaye dañ come up with a new concept boo xam ne because that program alone du dee doy 1 hour 1 hour is not enough so buñ toogee waxtaan as a group and a family ñu come up with the initiative ne dañoo try pour am another midweek show boo xam ne dañ ko tuddee Straight Talk boo xam ne xam nga rek dañ ko you have to say it as it is so mu tombee nag with our brother and colleague Baboucarr Nanisi mu ngi def a very good job boo xam ne ñëpp ñu ngi ko upload ci loolu so moom mu nekk our first guest si this new concept te I think ne sax soo ko xoolee ba xool nekk na figure boo xam ne moom he fit to be our first guest because he has been nani ku ko xam ne yàgg na fight yàgg na defend what is ours yàgg na defend our sport our football whatever so really we are really happy ne tey am nañ fi Baboucarr Nanisi on our platform so we expect to have a very good show and then we expect our followers to keep following we are here for them there are more to talk about so alhamdulillah.
Jërëjëf Habib si that introduction dama doon wax ne sax de ñu bàyyi ndey bi la bi sax si boppam moom mu introduce boppam waaye yëpp benn la Baboucarr Nanisi welcome to Straight Talk.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sana. Thank you, Habib, and greetings to the viewers of the Straight Talk. Straight Talk. This is interesting. It's good to be on the platform. I just hope the internet will allow us. Okay. The part of the world I am internet is an issue. I hope it won't disappoint, and so we can have a good program. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
For that being the case.
balaa ñoo dugga si liggéey Baboucarr Nanisi naani bëgg nañ nga wax askan bi o suñ viewers yi yëpp kan mooy Baboucarr Nanisi.
Can you say that again? Mën nga repeat question ni ma wax askan bi la
ma ne balaa ñoo duga si show bi si sa liggéey bi dañ bëgg rek am suñu viewers yi yëpp ñu xam kan mooy Baboucarr Nancy.
Oh, okay. Well, Baboucarr is just any other boy from the streets of Kololi, Kololi and got into journalism at a very young age. Bunyo them school, the name Nani came about. Buma, time in the you play football. No, len bentesa. Was time when you play football, them school, they play nawetan. You know what I mean? And the name Nani came about because Manchester Lale support. Te nekkoon na player boo xamante ne suñ demoon si video club bi si ran match man kii dafa selfish trop su li fi ne boole ñu ne ma sa player bi nga boy mun a tooñ rek boy yi nii rek gars yi tuddee ma Nani su ñu sa player bi Nani mun nga tribu bu si yow sama bañoon ko ba bëgg a dee so boy time boobu loo bañ doole la lay gën a ooyee Nani noonu la Nani bi si but I am Baboucarr Sy Nani is the nickname I've been into the journalism field since I was going to school. I remember Kidi Dudu Bojang nag moma isi si journalism. Sana yow xam nga Dudu Bojang bu baax indi ma journalism ba pare mu daw dem si banking sector bi. Bàyyi ma affaire si so since then I've been up and down. buñ ma xamee nag was on sports journalism, and that's why I'm still proud to be a sports journalist and to say I am the second vice president of the Sports Journalists Association of the Gambia. And during my time, Bumadu as a field, I think sports journalism was the field that you can go into and practice without fear or favor. You cannot go into in its sense. You know what I mean? So when the change of government came after 2016 elections, I went forward to extend my knowledge, into journalism. So luckily, I can report in both politics and sports. But sports is part of me from day one. I'm a sports lover. I'm into football. I'm into athletics. You name it. So recently, I'm a politician. Sports, and I work for QTV Gambia. Yes, that is me basically.
Yeah, why I'm not full leerul naan Baboucarr Nancy nañ ko gis muy oversee administrative issues Samga Football Club and xëy na ñu bari bëgg nañoo xam ban affiliation la am ak Samga Football Club.
Yeah, Samga Football Club, I would say it's mine. Suma boss la for the simple fact that my cousin Mokomom, Cherno Samba, Mokomom, and before Samga Football Club, I started with Steve Biko Football Club. I'm into football management or administration. Steve Biko Ladore, dating back, just when I graduated school, good in 2012 when we were winning the league, when Biko was winning the league, I was with them, in the management setup and everything. But my cousin, what, I guess I was more that how but that is why still many don't understand my relationship with Steve Biko. I've been into the system, women football la dore and I think the five partner why we got into management, women football la dore, and I started with Red Scorpion back in 2010. When you get Red Scorpion, I'm a Red Scorpion, I'm a Biko, into the old management, not coaching per se, but administrative wise, make up of but you get Steve Biko, no Samga, so Bole Samga, a Red Scorpion, but so when it comes to football administration or management, let's say I'm not a decade in it, 11 years now, I will call it, from Steve Biko, Mangi Red Scorpion, Mangi Samga. So yeah, that is me, and thank God, I wouldn't say I've achieved, but at least Mangi Janga, as a youngster, turn as a football administration, and I'm still doing it. What I call my job, it never demand stop. So Alhamdulillah.
Habib xëj na balaa ñoo dugg si waxtaani project documentary bu Nani prepare, which is very interesting, and a lot of revelation has been made in the documentary. So xëj na di nga ko bëgg a laaj one of a question before you get into the main issue.
Waaw Nani moom ñu am ko suñu platform bi it's a good thing because moom he has a lot to say. even so without this revelations, Nani can be here for 1 hour and mun nañu wax lu bari because comme ni nga ko xamee Nani xale bu ndaw la boo dafa gaaw a door te experience dafa important si looy def di fact ne moom xale la te right now moom already tànk na 11 years loolu 11 years is nekkul ndaw so definitely I was really happy ne yow xam nga laaj nga Nani relevant question concerning himself te wax na ko so a lot of people following nañ xam ne hay ndike Nani ndike ndu bi ñu ngi ko xeeb waaye ndike de he has been in the system for a while now so moo tax job bu mu def nii bet so without taking much time te xam ne Gambia you have problem in internet let's just go to the to the main issue and then just to buy time.
Yeah, I'm actually do more journalist. But I use the skills Nani to use since I don't interview one, and then I could pick up 1 or 2 things from there and one counter of and I will try to do my best. My push go to the corner thing. Even though whereas I'm not encountered at on so many occasions, whereas they will want to get the best out of me. Which sometimes they will put me in a very funny situation. But today it's a give and take. I will be in that position today just to try to push it to that level. The reason that I'm a lot Lulu because a lot of people they know dega nane ngi binda dañu gis dañu dega lu bari ci mo wa xamuñ ko. The Gambia definitely knows what the boy has been doing for quite a while. And then in journalism, man personally lego man bukante mom. Lego Madal Sport Journalists Association, which is very healthy because if we can have the audacity disagree to agree on issues, I think that's important. Now, last week, am documentary regarding these football pitches. Wow, he's kind of lost, and I hope you can just Aziz ñu ngi laa nuyu Tiju Mohamed Jawara yéen yëpp ñu ngi leen a nuyu jërë ngeen jëf waay
Aziz Kor programme bi sa programme la programme yi Aziz Kor la straight talk
wow
Aziz this is your platform yow de la research profil yow sa doole fii la nekk so bii moom xamal ne you are part of it so be ready.
balaa ñoo amaat naani rek xëy na internet bi mun ko xawa laal tuuti Alaaji Kinte ngi laajte an important question. What's the topic for tonight? It's basically the documentary Binani prepared and which was over the air last week regarding the state of affairs of our football pitches, and he's revealed some interesting revelations regarding the money spent see those projects, and then it's a first-hand information. Actually, what the boy did is he went onto the ground, talked to the people that are relevant authorities, they are relevant stakeholders in the whole thing. I remember Warner Mr. Sambo of Brikama Sports Committee, Warner, I think also the PRO of Serekunda West, and he's even went further to speak with the authorities of the Gambia Football Federation. So that shows you the balance he has when he decided to to go onto that route. It doesn't just stop about reporting, but he also put the people that are in the spotlight, those people responsible for the whole project. And then Simon Lenko Bugadege, how does he come by all that thing? And I think it's important. Whatever Luno different, Abibi Amadiga.
Yep. Maladiga.
Yeah, Buba Jalo Mama don't call, and then I'm using the same device for Mamuna Mamuna go ahead.
Danko flight mode.
Wow. Lego lolu mota suma de si living bi dama de the money goes to it, and then yeah, Babukar Nani Jerry, and welcome back. I'm sure that some people are not seeing me, but there you go. Okay, I am back. Nani, gis nañ ne last week am nga révélation documentary boo xam ne dafa go see airwaves, and that is on the social media, is everywhere. I had an opportunity, must set and go. A lot of people as well. I'm an opportunity for you set and documentary. Be. First of all, why do you decided to go in and had a first-hand information on Balanga Guinea documentary?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's just bad that the internet is not helping. But quickly to say, come yagana si football, be yaguma si football. I mean, somebody yagana for at least come spend a decade, watching football at all categories, from academy level to divisional level or national team level. I think, yeah, I'm not tutti, compared to others. No, I'm just door. So, lu nekk di happen right now, musta nekk suñ problem. Nam degala, suñ football pitches in Gambia are not to the best of standard when you compare us to other countries. But these pitches were able to produce us, stars, youngsters that were, in different categories of our national sides. But senior category, but outside some of these pros that we have in the early 2000s, the late 2000s, yep, PG manage. And also I have managed to follow, and I've seen what different executives, I think 3 to 4 executives, including normalization committees, managing Gambian football, lunch with def, lunch with buy. So this not too very would not. But again, to say, the issue of these pitches when it came, the GFF, the pitches, they have secured funding. We've started seeing it since, I think late 2017, that they've secured funding. They've went to, FIFA congresses, approved and stuff. A lot of contracts have been signed over the years, between the GFF and contractors and consultants that, they're ready to uplift the fields, and which was really welcoming because we all know these parks don't belong to GFF. GFF Momun Ben Park. Stadium bisa. This stadium, it belongs to government. The parks belong to the municipalities. So it is the responsible. It is the responsibility of the municipalities to work on their parks because people pay tax. The tax that people pay, that's what is expected to be used to develop these grounds.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Nanenge struggle, which understanding. They go to give man some much struggle to the internet. Why mun don't lal point bu important lal nani don't lal based on his experience, his first-hand experience for the past years, and with the different executive setup at the Gambia Football Federation, with all the contracts fake and the guys sign, with the contractors and with all everything involved. That is why Fongane Sigata Lul Moko compel for him to come up with this documentary.
Wow, hamga nani lum def ni nekut sohor, nekut witch hunting. It's about doing the right thing. Doing the right thing nang moy nga interview the relevant authorities yi nga xamne they are concerned. So Nani's interview was not based on, it's not one-sided, right? He tried to interview everybody involved from the communities of Gunjur. Nani's back. Nani?
Yeah, Nani.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Network is just disappearing. But as I was saying, as I was saying, what?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
Nani, go ahead.
Exactly. So as I'm saying, all of this was welcoming news to Gambians. We were so happy that this was going to happen. The GFF have taken a very good initiative, which everybody commended. For. So, but what happened after 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 year, nothing happens. Gunjur mom, we are talking about 4 years now, that happened, and I said to myself 2 months ago or 3 months ago, and I made this very public on a public forum where most of the Gambian stakeholders or football lovers are, that I want to, follow to know the truth behind these packs. So when I said it, I think many people don't take it seriously. I mean, so but I took it up. I took it up for myself. You know what? I think I'll have to go ahead, and do this. So I started with the fathers, which is Gunjur, Madam Gunjur, and saw the ground, which was in a very, very disheartening stage. I cannot believe that 4 years, the regular with all the contracts being signed, with all the monies that GFF said they have secured to rehabilitate these pitches and build new pitches. I remember they said they were going to build a new pitch, Sigol Project B, then another new pitch at Busumbala, then the rest the new renovate. So name 10 pitches. You know what I mean? So we were all very happy. But as time goes, things started getting disappointing, but my findings showed me that the job was just haphazardly done. And also, when I first my investigations, I tried to compare the Gambia with other countries because the funds has been from FIFA, nekut Gambia reka. All the FIFA association members, can access such kind of funds. I am talking about almost or more than 11.5 million US dollars. That is what FIFA is allocating to member associations, and it can be tapped from 2016 to 2022 next year. So see how it's been in. There are different projects. Infrastructure is part of it, and that was my area. Lola Bugana said, "Not more parks in a Jehon." So Bumademe said, if you go to the
Yeah, Sana.
Yeah, Nani, we're struggling to get hold of him. Why didn't I try? Because where he wants to come in. He's in Gojal in sequence, and which is very, very interesting because hitting on nobody a lot of things behind the whole thing. But we get one lim jota understand see investigation and more the project was, I mean, it wasn't done in sequence, I mean.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, Sana. It's very, very unfortunate. Man, I have been crying about this part because I'm not the implication. The fact, okay, Nani, go ahead. You're more so here.
Yeah, guys, this is frustrating. This is frustrating. But let me continue quickly.
Continue.
What I see FIFA website, I've seen the money allocated to each member country, which is 11.5 million US dollars, on different areas. And my area was the Babugana said, my infrastructure, say my parks, you guys don't know. So this is already Gambia accessment, 7.8 million. What we have see infrastructure la moduga, but see infrastructure gives me for 1 million plus US dollars. But what if I calculation be? But that's my calculation under $45. I know the dollar can go up to more than that. But has been definitely in Gambia, low use on infrastructure or low approve. Low approve because low the FIFA website, the Gambia have been approved, allocated so $50 why I'm going to $45 is so roughly 50 million dugana. Lola FIFA approve. And I'm talking about 2016 to 2022.
Yeah.
Infrastructure. Because I saw, capacity building, $36,000, this now travel, why I'm not interested. Man, infrastructure, soon paxi, in Italon. So I'm like, okay, this is the amount, 50 million. We're talking about 50 million. The paxi, we started the cover, it was 2-3 years ago. Landmota Ben Park Munta Pare. And the same, FIFA, Luñ allocate Mauritania. Let me take Mauritania as an example because Mauritania lañ jógee bu yàggut pour play African Cup of Nations under 20 bi. So Mauritania ma gis ne use nañ 4.1 million US dollars. But with that money, buñ approve nañ, Mauritania were able to build three new stadiums. Refurbish St. headquarters, St. Football Federation headquarters, and went ahead to even, build a kind of an online TV pour muna stream, St. League games. And because of that good infrastructure, even the FIFA president had to fly and come and open that and said African countries should take Mauritania as an example. when it comes to infrastructure because they use the FIFA forward money to develop their infrastructure. Now you can play better football, and that's why we were able to play the African Cup of Nations, and we all agree, pitches you guys present, we are very good. So Lamota Gambia, since being approved, we can't have anything. Munita Amdu Pare. So Lola Bogana find out. Madam C committee C responsible for the parks. You have Malay Watana GFF. The GFF no contracts here. Some of them said 6 months some of them said 4 months but now we are counting 1 year plus, almost getting into 2 years. Bunjur up to 4 years. Ben Park Muntapare. So I went to GFF, and said, you know what? I need an answer about this. What is really going on? The manage these projects. The project manager is the first vice president of GFF, Bakari Jame. I want to have an interview with you because interview now these park committees about this. So you all have a some version because you're a project manager. Okay, they're busy. I will get back to you. Later, I'm having a meeting with the project contractors and consultants after Luludinawa Hakio. Manako, okay. Then I said, you know what? Let me go to Ibufai. Ibufai is the second vice president. So I went to Ibufai. Yes, the projects have been approved by FIFA, but approving and accessing is 2 different things. Manako, okay, if you have not accessed, the money as stated by FIFA, okay, approve Mengo where access.
Wow. Sana.
Wow, that's interesting. We will get him back. We will try our best to get Nani back, and then
Nani nak fek ma dul ko dala because Nani Qcell la mo liggéey suñu boss. Sana ni wax ci lolu. Warta ñaka internet. Ah.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, ñu continuer rek. Yang ma dégga?
Yeah, mala dégga bu baax.
Right, ñu continuer fu naani su ñëwee rek man ko mo su ñëwee rek nañ ko dugalaat straight mu mun a daaneel film bàyyi lu ñoo xool si screen bi mooy that's the video exactly documentary bu naani binda and I can see on the GFF website they have approved like 1 point something million euros for the project. Which it's just amazing. Yes, Nani.
You can right.
Yeah, as I was saying, Ibufai came out plain and told me Ibufai is the second vice president. The projects are a failure. Mom agreeing is a total failure, on there. So what I wanted to know is, approve access are 2 different things, but how much did you access and how much is remaining? That he cannot tell me because mom is not responsible. Malate project manager. And that takes me back to Bakari Jame. So I continue asking Bakari Jame for this to grant me this interview to shed light on it, but it's unfortunate it wasn't possible. On new.
Oh.
Habib.
Yes.
Yeah, we it seems like we lost Nani again. So he's coming back. Because this is important.
Very important.
Important. Yeah, Nani, come on.
Yeah, it is. So as I said, I have tried Bakari Jame on several occasions. So I'm going to grant interview. So there are times when I've had him say farm, he's farming when he comes back. And the last time is not in the country. So my editor could not just wait any longer because it took us 3 weeks. We have to delay the story. Story we didn't have 3 weeks. But you publish for just time Bakari Jame for but it's like he was so busy dealing with other things and the Makomona force for Muhammad by force. So my editor told me, you know what, we can't wait. Okay, now to still be fair to them, contact the president. Contact the GFF president, because he's the head of that institution. So my contact him tabit. He was in the meeting. My text I want to invite and interview you on this parks issue. I'm sorry, but I cannot say much about it. My colleagues have already said what we should say. Okay, then maybe then he agrees with his colleagues, statement, which is Ibufai, that the parks are a total failure. But Luma Bugon, I want to know, how is it a failure? How is it a failure? Man, lola se Bugona ham, access, because they are saying approval and accessing is two different things, which I agree. But how much did they access and how much is spending? Because on the FIFA website, it is saying that Gambia has been given have been approved 7.8 million. With that amount, 1 point something million has gone into infrastructure. So within the past 3-4 years, no single park muntapare, not even one. So I don't know, how much is access, but I think they did not do justice to the story. They should have come out and then explain they are part of the story. But with the latest developments coming up after the publishing of the story, I think they are on their toes and trying to get things the right way.
Wow, man, Nani, man, particularly last time we invited Ibufai, Mota large more that question because I feel like Ibufai cannot give us the answers we saw. Mom, he is brave enough to come and talk. But always that then is a failure. Why Lolo is not enough. It's not enough. Why is it a failure? Lolo mo the biggest question mark. The whole Gambia is a failure. Lolo mom suko wahe suko wahut. Nyep hamne is a failure because ni amnen bot te gis paxi. But why? Why is it a failure? Lolo moy the unanswered questions. So the fact that our authorities know grand interview pour mu leer lolu dafa indi more questions than answers because still now people want to know, people want to know. It's not about witch hunting, or it's about this is yefi Gambia te man yaga na join suñu amut nawetan amuñ zonals, we will have a lot of criminals in our streets because nawetan that they deviate kids from everything than football. You play football, su jeexee ngeen dem campé ndoy duñu am time sax train la say buñ trainer na dañu campé waxtaan about the upcoming game. So the fact that there is no nawetaan man xamoon naa ne dëkk bi dafa bari bandi because ndoy dañoo boarding te ñëpp mënuñoo play Sénégal. ñi nga xam ne they can only play for their communities, they will only stay in the Gambia doing nothing. te loolu dafa yokk bandi si dëkk bi te soo xoolee Gambia past month or so ñëpp gis nañ what's happening in terms of ay sàcca ay attaque yooyu yëpp di ama ñaaka nawetaan daf si play part because nit ñi amuñ luñ def ine si at bi nga xam ne Gambia qualify na for the first time mu war a nekk the best year of our football. At bi leen waroon na am the best nawetaan am the best zonal because the atmosphere should be is already there. Gambia qualify na, people are looking forward for this AFCON, but then there is no nawetaan, there is no zonals. Park si parewul league bi kañ la moo start kenn xamul kañ la moo start. fu mu nekk nii is only stadium. Goal project is not good enough for league because all so the entire country benn park bu correct la am start te boobu sax dafa tane sana loolu is a big problem. It's definitely a big problem te anybody koo xam ne daf ko gisee as a witch hunt or against the system, then you have to double check yourself. You really have to double check yourself.
But Abib, no one is gonna anybody is a witch hunt. It's just like you are not just being honest to yourself because these are facts that are there and these are things you have in the GFF and Bob. I think they came out with these revelations. Okay, FIFA has allocated this huge amount of money for this project, and Nani keeps saying 11 million, 7 million is allocated, but we have to understand that it is in dollars. $7 million. That's what we're talking about. Montafma Buffalo. Even whereas they said they allocated, I don't know, 50 something thousand or 30 something thousand for capacity building. Capacity building on what? Capacity building on what? Because I can categorically tell you that last C license, both C license just concluded there, it's been paid. The participant paid. Each of them paid $10,000 is through the cost. And that's the money they use to pay I mean, you have the course instructors. So tell me, where does the money came? And it wasn't even a camped course. It wasn't a camped course. And I know the fact that the Gambia Football Coaches Association played an integral part in the whole process. So it baffles if you have to say, okay, the money has been used on this and that, and you cannot just come out and justify. Ibufai, hands down, he said it's a total failure. Yes, it's a failure, but is that enough for the Gambians to know? No. And that's why he referred anybody to the project manager. But the project manager seems to be hiding something that we don't want, that he doesn't want the public to know. And I think Lima Bugon and Jekalache Nani Moy, how do you feel as a stakeholder at that very moment? You know, go and ask the project manager. It's a failure. But is it that enough? Why is it a failure? As a stakeholder, you know, he deserves an explanation.
So the biggest problem, hang on, how can you spend 11 million si float lights your hamne amunjil? Because balangas, if you spend 11 million on the ground, you have to spend sunya football ground. So you go out there and put lights into the parks. Right? Parks. The ground is unplayable. Sana lulu can moment understand.
No, it's a mispriorities. They misprioritize what they wanted to do. Because I don't just understand why do you have to go and erect float lights they are not even conducive for a proper football game. Because you wanted to paint yours. It's not something that it's really been I can understand.
No, can you understand Lulu? Can you understand Lulu? Okay, lampo yoy buñ leen illégal ba légui ban night might lañ play is West or Brikam with those floor lights. None. And we're talking about 11 million. 11 million so what ground siba. So the fact that the people are crying, it means Nini are fed up. People are fed up. If you are fed up, that you fed out. People have to understand that. You know what Nani did? Nani is one of the few journalists who have he got the balls. Nani, go ahead. Come on. He's struggling, man. You know. So not many.
Nani yang madega. Nani. Nani. Dafa drone sa mic bi mu ngi make noise. Alright. Abi didn't continue be bala ñu amaat Nani. Lima wani moy those are things yoo xam ne foog nga ne time bi dafa jot ñoo xam ne they are responsible ñoo xam ne they deserve an explanation from the federal, because to be quite honest, Gambians, we have to understand that ñëpp am nañ say si football, but there are people ñoo xam ne ñoom ñoo gën a nekk seen responsibility because they are the very people that elect this executive into office. And it is high time for the stakeholders to man up to their responsibilities and try to have ask for answers. They need to ask questions, and the question needs answers. You know, in as much as we are trying to blame the GFF executive, you know, on this kind of issue, it is really, really important, Nuhane, people responsible on this whole issue are the stakeholders, and which we definitely needs to try to regulate that.
Sana.
Didn't try pour ñu invite Aziz. maa ngi try just go ahead,
Sana gis nga Gambia lu fa nekk Gambia dafa daw yaram. yaa ma understand.
yeah.
Gambia dafa daw yaram Sana dafa over. Look at comme luy xew Serekunda West right now, right?
Yeah.
Serekunda West, the committee is trying to be there for another term after all the disastrous thing you guys did in the past. Stakeholders su nekk Serekunda West, man bu ma déggee ne sax dañ vote 17 man I could not believe it. There are 17 stakeholders at ñu nekk Serekunda West ñi nga xam ne am nañ di feeling pour jéem a joxaat ñooñu chance ñoo xam ne at yuñ fa am yëpp defuñ fa dara lu yaa. But you can still see our people Sana how they vote. Dañoo vote because of kii laa xam o suma xarit la o suma mbokk la. Mboolem ku dëkkee Serekunda West xam nga ne park boobu is a disaster. Interhouse yëpp fa lañ ko defee bu yi fa lañ ko defee kenn mënu laa wax fan la xaalis bi duga. State of Serekunda West Park bi is really bad. Committee boobu defuñ fa dara. Committee bu fa nekkoon buñ leen a génnee man personally ak suma gaay yi laa Kunda yi ñoom Musa Mbalo ñoom Tel ñoom Tafa Fall. Sana, can you imagine we went and stopped a semi-final matches 2 semi-finals ñoo fa amoon ñu stop ko génne committee bari.
Abi bala nga sori mais Aziz soma dégga checkal sa inbox bi maa ngi la yónnee am na lu ma la fa yónnee so mun ngaa duggee link boobu noonu. Abi continue.
So just more how it works. ñun dañ dem foofu noonu ñu stop because semi-final late August nawetaan bi ñu dem yaxaan nawetaan bi stop nawetaan boobu noonu xeexaat dañ xeex foofu ba xeexaat some part of gaay Jamaica yi ñu stop nawetaan bi ñu génnee committee boobu noonu ñu indi committee this new committee ñëw in ak wax bu neex every time meeting LK man na ma dem def ba léegi su ma xoolee those pictures boo xam ne maa ngi daan fight physically pour committee ba lay génn committee bi ñëw.
Abi bala nga dem everything is clearly stipulated. It's clearly out there for ñëpp gis ko. The amount that is allocated for the Gambia is at $11.45 million dollars. The guy approved is like close to 7 million plus. So this is just heartbreaking for a tiny country like the Gambia, where we could use this money pour ñu definitely in football. How this be from Duga? No one knows, and we will keep asking questions. And I just hope the Sport Journalists Association, I can call it, or all the journalist fraternity in the Gambia will take this up as a responsibility, as a civil responsibility. I mean, as a journalist, to make sure that you dig into this issue. Try to get answers from the authorities. Where has this money gone to? Because actually, this is not definitely good for the growth of football in our country. If such amount of money could be grabbed, from FIFA, and it is not put where it should be, then where are we heading?
It's a mess. Right, Sana, I just want to complete. Bogisema in this Serekunda West thing. Man, for suma area, because Serekunda West la deka for more than 20 years. So for suma area. And I'm on the Nawetan team, which I was really involved. Played for qualifier and Besona. I'm named for team West Coast. Committee bu fa nekkoon ñu leen fa génne te bu leen fa génne dañ fight. Dañ xeex pour génne leen fa. But pour nga xool suñu nit ñi how our stakeholders sometimes are killing us. Despite the fact that everything is poor in that part, there are people still voting for them to be there. Look at this. This is secularists. You know, there are still people trying to put them in the office. Signor Hamne, defuñ fa dara sana. Man lolu ragal mako wax anywhere dama ko wax because put na suma yaram suma doole ak suma xel pour gis ne committee bobu nonu jóge nañ fa because they feel that committee was not good enough. Ndekete committee bobu sa mo gën committee bu ñëw. So suñu demee di vote ba ñu daan ay 17 la loolu define na lu tax Gambia du jéga wa develop. Suñu nit ñi xamuñ bëgguñ changes te xamuñ ne changes is the rule of life. Nit yow doo mën a nekk benn place nekk fa bañ faa jógee suñu xoolee loo fa def zero ñaari temps yaa ngi si place def loo fa dara and you still wanna be there ñu ñëw voting there are still teams voting for you. Sana, we are the problem. Sana, we are the problem.
Yeah, like I said, balama sorry, Aziz ñu ngi try pour Lamin so ma dégg rek Aziz mu ngi am issue because ñu ko laaj code. And then if there is anything mungama binda and I will send it to him. Like I said, Abib, our problem is, you know, it's been a long time that we keep blaming the GFF, keep blaming the GFF, you know, on this issue. But we need to look ourselves as stakeholders as well and try to post-mortem what role have we played for the interest of football development. Mustafa Yange, is the timing of the program changed from Friday to 7? No, it's not changed. This is a new program, Straight Talk, and then Saturday is coming on Straight Talk because we have a lot of issues to discuss with you as well. But hey, Friday show stays, and then we're gonna have the show on Friday. Have not built for your Jekali program, and then who are the guests on Friday, inshallah. But to just cut it short, it's high time for people stakeholders, people in football, to look at themselves. Nani is wearing 2 caps, and I was gonna ask him today, yo yangi neka living, you know, nga neka a stakeholder, and at the same time, nga make a journalist just to try to look for answers where is the money went to, and I think it is really important. Balanyo go for that. Then welcome to brother Aziz. I mean si show.
Wa man Habib yaa ngi gis next si moom su neexee yàlla moom hay wa man
Aziz
kaas bi
waaw
waaw
ko caba
ko
thank you
Aziz jërëjëf si luñ bañ a yaaga rek te moom suñ journaliste yëpp a ngi daw, so I have to step in to make sure that we are moving forward. Waaye buuba moom time bi am nga hit na Anton rek moo tax dafa jaawale time bi, so I mean
buuba moom
yeah, why Aziz yaa doon seetaan video bi documentary bu Nani si defar, and then the large ay revelation yoo xam ne it's really breathtaking, you know, and it's really sad that we are still going through such kind of things in our country.
Sana maa ngi la gërëm di leen di yow ñu seetaan ñëpp yow yaa Habib am nga man Olivier comme nu ma koy waxee lii is more than the WhatsApp because of soo ko seetee comme maa ngi dégg Habib mu ngi ko wax bi dañuy wax ne crime rate dafa bëri lu nekk xale yi amuñ lu ñoo def. Nawetaan la ñëpp daan dem time bii nii nawetaan la xale daan play ñëpp di seetaan nawetaan ñëpp di dem community yëpp ne waaye fu mu nekk nii doo gis nawetaan du am dara du am lan la xale bi def dañoo nekk di wóoralu rek crime rate dafa gën a bëri dañoo nekk di wóoralu GFF man bu gaay dooree first day ma gis ñu ne ñu ngi sampal lampa paagi af day man la leen ne man dama jaaxle de grand bu baaxul mun la fa play bitik loo fa defee lampa pour ñu play guddi foo mun ta play bitik luñ fa defee lampa pour ñu mën a play guddi so yooyu noonu yëpp dafa garaaw da nga xam ne ñoom maa ngi gis Nani lifin bu mu génnee ñun suñ main problème moo nekk leena def ngeen dara xam ngeen ne demul comme ni Ibou Faye génna wax génna leen ñoo la di leen interview ñoo leen ngeen wax ak ñi ngeen ne leen lii ak lii ak lii li leen bëgg a def waaye lii moo xapoon nit yi mun a xam si lan leen si yow lan moo xew waaye déedéet dañ leen ñëw leen interview yéen ngeen nekk di daw ñëw leen ngeen wax ak nit yi because yéen yow si office ngeen nekk office boo xam ne nii yéen nit yi ngeen a liggéeyal so I think ne daal dañ war a gën a si ñoom ñëpp Bakary Jammeh Kawa ñoom ñëpp gën a si ñëw wax nit yi what is the problem because Gambian ti disaabuñ nit ñi paag amut ñoom suñ bàyyi woon paag yi nuñ mel sax di koon gaa yi fa mën a dafa play fu nekk nawetaan waaye paag yi nu mel non lii dafa over ñaaw ba pare nga gis ay Mauritanie defar nañ ñeneen defar nañ ñun ba tey mënuñoo defar benn paak sax mënuñ koo defar benn waaye man leen laa dee laajte ñoom su gaay di su ñu amee fonds su ñu jox fonds ci projet si ñoom lan la gaay di wone ba ñoo jox gaay xaalis man loolu daf ma dee jaxal yan projet la gaay di dem di woon FIFA ba FIFA war a jox gaay xaalis man loolu daf ma dee jaxal loolu jaxal na ma trop xëy na xaw ma dem Basori wone gaay dem wone projet yu réel bi ne ñoom ñoo defar lii defar nañ lii soo lii leen wala def jaxal na ma de gaay dem Sénégal dem di wone yow gaay dem di wone projet gi jàmm waaw waaw man maa def lii man maa rey kii exactly waaw billahi lii dafa over sad this is very sad ba pare ñii man li ma gën a naxari sax
Habib sax
till now
Habib volume am bi
Habib volume
bi
okay go on Habib you good
waaw léegi muy ba
Aziz demal
xam nga li ma gën a naxari comme Habib mu ko doon waxee gis nañ ci TRC bi ñu fi génn nga taxaw nga testify nga wane yow yaa def lii ñu xam ne kii moo def lii kii def na dara oo na loolu ñëw taxaw wax ne man maa def lii bot yéen def ngeen dara nit ñi ñëw di leen interview ñu leen a ut pour ngeen wax ngeen mën a nit yi mën a xam ne di still now ngeen a téye nit yi dof ngeen bañ a wax ngeen taxaw di bañ a wax lan mooy ndey gën a si leen ngeen ne ñun ñu day leen bëggoon a def waaye yàlla def na li xapunut soo ñu ngeen taray yow leen def li waaye ñoom ñëpp ñu yow gaay muy biti kenn mënut a wax soo waxee ñu ne waaw ñii dañ dee ñëw pour saboter tey am na beneen vidéo tey gisaat naa yeneen ñaari vidéo yu ma gisaat tey affaire yi paak si nii ñooñu soo déggee ñooñu lu gaay wax fanaa Guñura ak Busumbala ñooñu tamit ñu nga wax same thing ne ñoom dañ gaay dañ disappointed because amuñ fu ñëw play amuñ dara ci school si ngay dem di yaxa school yi jàmbur li paagi la na Brikama nu meloon Brikama ñoo xam ne naka la football mel Brikama ak naka la Brikama fonkee seen nawetaan bi mu dee isil gaay income basketball Habib
Habib,
Habib xam nga man
Habib
sax
sa voice bi,
Habib
sa volume bi.
Habib yow sax yow man yaa ngi yow this season mbaa this season na yow next season fan leen ko play.
Is my volume still not coming?
Yeah, it's
waaw
coming
léegi
now.
baax na léegi baax na.
waaw lu ma
Sana.
nekk di wax mooy last time Aziz on fi Ibu Faye mu ne
waaw
mu ne the schedule is November but if
Ban
soo
November?
xoolee man lu ma gis
yow
man lu ma gis
xam nga
lu ma
ni
gis
pare.
moom lu ma gis moom there is no November
Possible.
te lu ma jaaxal gis naa
Possible,
team
sax.
yaa ngi start pre-season waaye man I'm a little bit confused fan la ñoo play
fan la ñoo play mooy wax bi su fekkee ne
fan la ñoo
Real su
play.
gaay tuye ba joxe ñu wala play Basori every day Basori on 1 AM yaahu Basori super team se wala play every day every month
Aziz, yaa ma
first division
dégg.
second division waaw mala liga sana su gaay dof lo ba Real nangu ñu joxe Basori ñu fa play first division second division every day
non
yaahu la mo def yaahu
Aziz xam nga ne Real du nangu loolu yee xam nga loolu moom Real du ko nangu yee ay la hay la yow di think ba pare on top of that dañ yokka team si this year both first and second division this year second division 4 team a
okay
4 teams ñoo 8 léegi instead of 12 teams it's 16 teams la ñu am fu na 16 teams so which means you expect more games loolu only parks yi moo see génne Banjul
Yow,
is
man lima jahal in the first place. This is just something that the executive needs to look at. You know, we struggle to have a proper league schedule. You know, with these like 14 teams. What is going to happen if you have to play with 16 teams in the first division and the second division is not coming in?
and
What is going to happen?
exactly
and
And
women
women
football.
football, and we wanted to bring everything together. How do we move from that? It's gonna be sad. Now, I guess Mustafa Mgewane, I mean, they're gonna use the same grounds as last season. But for how long would we be keeping? These grounds closed because of money
su gars yi buggee
and
use the
money
same
which we all believe that the money is paid.
suñ buggee use the same ground goal project dañ war a daaneel di perimeter fence dañ ko war a daaneel because dafa jege fil bi te man dem naa fa match boo xam ne I think it was Hawks Talinding a Talinding player almost lost his life because dafa mbuka maraaj bi ba nga xam ne foo tool yaa ngi ko dégga kooku yàlla mu ko dimbale waaye baatam bi ngoon na ma dem so if they want to use that part dañu war a daaneel di perimeter fence dañ ko war a daaneel ñu mu yokku nga xam ne players dinañ am space suñ daanoo ñu mën a xalangu waaye it's less than a meter from the top so loolu is not ba pare once again this stakeholder thing is coming teams yi dañ war a bañ loolu don't put your players at risk teams yi amuñ baax buñ fay players yi war ñoo allow players yi ñuy play on hostile environment
Abi preseason AGM bi mu ngi election bi mu ngi ñëw and prior to that dañoo am preseason meeting boo xam ne is an yearly thing boo xam ne dafa xew diggante fédération bi ak teams yi to agree on the ways for the new season. But I can tell you everybody will go out there yes rek la ñoo wax and no one would be there to challenge anything. It's like look at the whole thing is if people that are affected are contented with what is going on in football, then we have a problem.
Big problem.
Lii mooy problème bi Sana li laa de wax Sana right now
they had a bigger say in this whole thing, but if they are contented, then what do you think is going to happen?
the same problème mooy am man démba wax naa ko ba démba every loolu laa de wax Sana yow right now yaa ngi Amérique Habib mu ngi Germany man maa ngi Sweden man dama effet ma ko Sweden soo génnee Sweden yëpp foo génn a gis park foo dem football park gi su baaxee pour ñu ne stakeholders ñoo war a génn wax ne lii duñ ko def duñ ko nangu fu mu nekk is high time ñoom tam ñu jóg gars yi jël seen stand si lii nii because of ñoom rek ñoo mun a taxawal seen bopp right now because of lii yow lii is not done bi nga vidéo bi nga dugal léegi pari af daal lay gis nga pa nga fu gars yi sampa seen lampa yi si périmètre défensif si lampa yi soo demee rek da nga mbuka lifin yi yow da nga mbuka lampi pool yi mu ngi si biir lifin bi si biir parc bi la nekk si kanam périmètre défensif soo demee da nga mbuka lampa yi
papa xam nga
imagine ñu def fi lamba ñu def ko foofu noonu nga xam ne da ngaa dem
before teams di start training there should have been a consultative meeting boo xam ne teams yi have to ask relevant question teams yow yaa ngi start training it means yow you are endorsing ne let's go ahead looy tilit
no nim dee demee mooy dañ dee am like all these things will come down to one thing: lack of proper planning, proper calendar for the league. If not, there should be a stipulated time immediately after the season. Instead of new hold on a preseason meeting with teams, I think they were on that more. Then you were on then you want to review league together with the stakeholders for them to for that to help the GFF to have the proper plan towards the following season. But I think Ninko they use them way they will have the preseason meeting with the teams where like an AGM, where they will annual general meeting and they discuss about the upcoming season. Regularly preseason meeting that they am preseason meeting that they am obviously. But I think to me, as far as I'm concerned, it should have been better. We prior immediately after the end of the season. No, I'm going to review season and no, I'm a way forward, plan ahead for the new season.
Right, Sana, the problem is, look, happy what they got. Teams don't train. Lan ngay trainal hana. But kañ la ligue bi doog ak fan la gay di play. Lan la gay di trainal. So léegi da nga nekk prison di train. On ñëpp xam nañ ne ligue ga season bi possible mu doon November. Ñëpp xam nañ loolu ligue bi mu doon November ñi seen parti mënu ñoo pare.
No, even the election. Election be December.
You lost Aziz.
Election be December. Gambia is a small country. Super bene event ame. Nyep fufu lañu concentrate, right?
Yep. Exactly.
So you have election in the corner, a very decisive election. Bo xamne noise bangi bari. Football, then could they play in a level with a level head. Most of the Gambians are thinking about this election, what next for Gambia. I think the authorities, what they should do, moy demona songa bena park fu nekk ni. Mo xam Banjul la, mo xam Isla or West. They want na songa bena park, songa bu garaw. At least they have to take one at a time. Su nekk ne amuñ xaalis, nañ songa bena park. Defar ko. Even sa suñ ko sogee du pare.
Amuñ xaalis. Lekk nañ xaalis bi kañ waaye am nañ
Baham su nekkee Bahama la fine. Su nekkee
waaye amuñ nañ xaalis di.
No, xaalis moom ñëpp gis nañ ko.
Tof moom is very easy, is very yomba.
Waaw
Tof da nga concret rek.
Asa tof sa is not good for the players. Baaxu ci players yi. Tof baaxu ci players yi.
Non.
Baaxu ci players yi.
Waaye tof sa.
Baaxu ci players yi.
Tof kay nga am tof bu baax. Waaye comme tof buñ defoon baax.
Gis loo Basori anga Basori tof la am. But am na ñax. Dinañ fa ñax. Loolu mooy baax mooy healthy ci players yi.
Waaw ñaari moom
yeah, so I think definitely we have a long way to go. It's sad ne Nani mënta jekkali. Sana I think Nani have to come back because fekk mu jekkali lu mu door.
Nani
Exactly. Yeah, as it's going.
Nani fu nekk ni left right center. Am na ñoo xam ne nañ ko téye am na ñoo xam ne nañ ko téye Hero. Am na ñoo xam ne dañ ko téye Sabote kat am na ñoo xam ne dañ ko téye Yaha kat waaye fekkee maay moom na continuer a good job bu mu nekk di def ñëpp ñu ko si naw because lu mu def good citizen loolu la moo def good journalist loolu la moo def génna gis problème nga ñëw nga wax ko waaye nekku ne da ngaa laaxa fii génna fii duga fii di yow di seet su ma waxee lii xarit dafa mer su ma waxee lii sax dafa mer
waaye
dëgga
Aziz
suñ ko gisee ñun loolu moo ñu suñ problème soo gisee dëgga gënaa nga wax dëgga bi
Nani sax nu mu ko defee moo leer Nani nu mu ko defee demut one side everybody involved la dëkka Mike from the GFF to the stakeholders to the communities to everybody mboolem koo xam ne you were there offer na la opportunity pour nga wax your side of the story loolu moom def na ko so which means he was very 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 fair he was objective he did what we expect him to do mooy mu boole si everybody so Nani mun la ko ooyee ne dafa bon o daf la wicc hot daf la xam nga nit ki suñu la joxee mic pour nga wax loo xam ne it's difficult it's hard it's really hard nga wax loo xam ne yow xam nga
dafa des na waaw dafa des nag nit ki nag foofu la ñoo xamee ne yow you are man enough pour nga génn nga nangu ne yow da nga wrong man Ibou Faye I'm not a fan of Ibou Faye but moom when it comes to this kind of thing moom nit la ko amee ni dina génn mu wax yow mu wax moom lu mu xam yow mu wax ko génn na wax ne ñoom lii dafa fail ñoom xam ne lii dafa fail liñ bëggoon amul so suñu keneen ak keneen lu la war a def waaye yow ñu laa ko nga wax dama busy dama def lii te yow xam nga ne yow fi nga toog foofu nga war a toog nga wala génn nga leeralal nit yi waaye non doo ko def.
Anyway,
it's lolu moo nekk suma main issue bi even though sa time bi jaamu nañ ma but we have to buttress on this one moo nekk suma main issue bi you cannot hold a public office and you don't want people to ask relevant questions especially when there is like a lot that needs to be said a lot that needs to be answered these are things you have stakeholders in they had a right to know it is their right it is their constitutional right to know where the money that is requested on their behalf is been going to. And Bakari as the first vice president of the GFF, I mean, should be bold enough to come out and tell government. If not, people will hold him responsible. Kaba as the president of the federation is as well running away from his responsibilities. Because all these projects, he is the very person who will sign for these projects.
maa ngi am benn vidéo bu ma wax tey naa leen ko seen after gis naa benn vidéo ñu ma ko seen maa ngi dégg mu ngi wax ñu ngi ko dem di ko laaj boobu GRTS ñoo fa dem I think ne loolu démb la oo tey la fa gaay dem bu fa gaay demee mu ngi jëm explain waaye li ma explain nga xam ne li ma explain nekkul di explain anything dafa dugg fi wax bi du jeex mu isi beneen wax bi isi leneen wax waaw xaalis bi su fekkee ne joxe nañ ko te jëluñ ko ñëpp gis nañ ne FIFA soo demee seen website bi dañuy wax ne release nañ funds yi jot ngeen xaalis bi what is the problem now? Bu leen ñu wax ne léegi amu leen phone si li fi nii waaye am ngeen phone si ngeen mën a demee jaay ko moto jënd ko moto ay moto 1.something million dollars yi ku nekk di GFF ku yow ku nekk di ko dawal ñëpp a ngi ko gis Gambia.
nawetaan munta am
man xaw ma lu tax Gambian billahi walaay talaay nawetaan munta am zonal zu am nawetaan lu gën a garaaw football Gambia ñëpp nawetaan munta am.
If there is a committee and there are no players, stakeholders ñoo war a step up. ñoo war a step up seen game ñu won gaay ne ñun duñ mën a play in this kind of environment. You have to fix the parks pour ñu play. If there is no football, FIFA will ask questions. What is happening in the Gambia? In fact, ñu siisu pour ñu am ni buga. Waaye yow parks yi baaxagul. Team saa ngi
wow, that's the only thing there.
What are you training for? Ba pare Sana. Amal lu ma bëgg a laal pour next week gis nga depuis bu Matar Mbodj demee 4 tournament for Gambia mu win am ñaari bronze. His contract is still on the table. Ba léegi amut contract sign dara mu ngi toog unemployed. Sign contract. Tom Boom qualified, sign a contract immediately in a nice manner on his birthday, which is normal and is fair enough.
Then go warona kick. Because when we started talking about it, they will do is they will try to offer him a new contract. So Lino Defoy.
Sana. You mean go over contract for the fii ba next week ñi mënuñ ko over contract yoo xam nga loolu noonu.
Sana that's my mission.
Yeah, but lima one we had a straight talk on next Wednesday, and we already lining up our topic for that. And I think it is important to look into the welfare of our own brothers and sisters, especially they are doing well for Gambia. It is not because them put for them to be giving a contract because they are nowhere. They have done nothing, but their track record it's there to speak up for itself. So it's something that we will deal with next week, inshallah. We will definitely deal with our brothers. They are not. We cannot offer them contract, and more importantly, those are the people responsible. You don't your answers on it. We would say our best to make sure they are responsible.
Maluma la moy. Lan nga wara def as a coach pour ñu mun la treat as a VIP. What do you have to do? After all what Matar did, ñaari goal la win.
All you need to do put neutral right is to deliver, and which Matar did to the best of his ability.
So what next?
And there is nothing more else Matar did prove to anybody that he has not proved. He has already been proven. He has already did all what he has to do. It is only because maybe they had an agenda against him that they are not putting on the public light, or something is wrong somewhere that is not right. But the guy is not being given the respect he deserves. It is the hard part.
Waaw sana man leena la bëgg wax ci loolu noonu. Because problème bi man leena la bëgg wax problème bi I think ne problème bi yëpp leena la. Ñoom tamit I think ne it's high time ñoom tam ñu génn ñu wax seen side of the story waaye xam naa ne duñ ko bëgg a def. Xam naa ne ñoom duñ bëgg a def loolu noonu. But ñoom li leen traité dafa bad. Because su mu nekk nii Gambia noo leen mel da nga fonk ñoom ñu fonk say ku nekk si biir moo gën ñu fonk Gambia. Matar Mbodj ñëpp gis nañ ne he did a very good job with this junior teams fu mu nekk xam nga fu mu nekk gis nañ ne tournament amul dara amul su fekkoon ne tournament mu ngi am ëllëg ñëpp dañoo dawaat Matar ñëwal ñu ne la jox contrat Matar dem si tournament bi jox ko xaalis mu toog di ko jox contrat loolu yaakaar na Gambia so moo tax ñoom fu mu nekk ñoom tam dañoo war a jóg ñu taxawal seen boppam soo ma joxutee contrat ñu sign comme naka nga demee sign coach bi 5 years man tamit ay deserve ne nga jox ma contrat ngeen teg contrat ñu taxaw yow ñu sign rather than ngeen a wër si aduna si moo ne sign na contract te man gisuma contract.
Aziz so fitness coach boo xam ne is from South
Africa.
It is
high time for those people to start like I completely agree. It is high time for me to jël their own responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know?
If a fitness coach, if a fitness coach from South Africa earns more than define the whole of us. Ñun suñ xol naka la bonne towards our own people. After all what Alhaji Sarr did for Gambia, from playing to coaching, how many people Alhaji Sarr mentor? So how can you pay a fitness coach? He only comes on my basis. Alhaji Sarr is watching all. Alhaji Sarr is spending his own money to watch the league. Sometimes Alhaji Sarr is watching the league. Alhaji Sarr is not watching the league because he's asked to watch. Alhaji Sarr is watching the league from his own pocket because nobody gave him car to move them around. He's watching the league because he loves Gambian football. So Lulu dafa wal di leer. So you hear Alhaji Sarr mu ngi stand league. No, he's watching the league because he's Gambian. He loves the league. Nekut ko jox allowance or moto or essence to watch the league. So if a fitness coach can earn more than Alhaji Sarr, our own Alhaji Sarr, a legend, loolu define na ñun naka leen soxore boy bi ñu soxor our people dañ soxor believe me.
Habib di nga li nga wax ni loolu mooy problème bi we are very wicked. Alhaji Sarr def na everything dëgg la Alhaji Sarr si xamal kañ ñi la ko jeefe ku ñëw ñi nga ko traité pay as you go loolu la ko gars yi def pay as you go
25,000 per game.
You know 25,000. Yow nga dem. Boy ni am nañ xol. Even the 25,000 nekkul dafa di am rapidly. Du day nekk loo xam ne is thick and fast. Sometimes you have to chase the money. So family man. Dëgg ñi ndax ñi am nañ xol loolu la laajte sometimes. They are very bad. dañ over bon ba pare nga gis ngay tri Alaaji Sarr noonu yow nga gis coach bi nga xam ne bu toog Gambia fu mu nekk nii dafa fly from Belgium dafa fekk gaa yi fële na le Morocco su gaa yi pale from Morocco mu ñibbi Alaaji Sarr mooy ñëwaat Gambia 20,000 bu ko gaa yi di spend bu ko gaa yi di fay mu ñëwaat yow moom mu spend ko bi Gambia kii xaalis bi mu jël ko yóbbu ko Belgium kii du spend Gambia even bu Paul was living in Gambia.
te dafa war di koy bi sax dafa war di fay tax.
Koy bi du fay tax because of xam nga lu happen koy bi salaire bi wol na ma penne suñ ko fay 15,000 xëy na koy bi 10,000 la am 5,000 yi mu ngi ko séddoo gaa yi ngoo séddoo within them.
Man daal lu ma naxari mooy naka lañ dee how can you marginalize your own people ba pare they have the gut to go to the media and write ne extend nañ contrat yi Alaaji Sarr Matar Mbodj ak what's his name
foofu laa daanale we will the whole topic of his own and that's going to be and that's going to be next straight talk loolu mooy nekk suñ topic of discussion of Gambian coaches, you know, it's very important. We will to figure people know how I mean they are concerned, you know, and they're also responsible. I mean with the contracts of these players. We will try to reach out to all the coaches as well. To all of you.
All them guys.
They are scared of that. I would try to reach out all of them, and then because this is not their fight, this is a fight for the Gambia. It is not even a fight; it is a responsibility. You know, that is what they deserve. So we should do everything in our powers. We talked about to make sure people know and what needs to be done, what needs to be done is done. I think we more look at the objective of the whole issue.
Our fans, some fans, you get complain. They want to call, so we have to find a way. We have to find a way. Nana, yaa ngi skip. Nana yaa ngi skip.
Lu ma leen a wax daal man lu ma wax moo nekk ne Sana tayal nga invite sa gars sa mbokki coaches yi gars yi ñëw gars yi wax seen problème ñoom ñoo ko mën a waxal seen boppa.
Exactly.
ñun ñoo yàgg dugal seen biir boppa yi wax ko na gars yi ñëw. Kenn du la rey ma ne am yàlla bu ñàkk yàlla mooy bu kenn amee wërsëg kenn yow li nga war a am ala kulli xaal da nga koo yow da nga koo am ñëwal nga toog ñu ne la am nga jox contrat nga ñëw ne man gisuma contrat joxuñ ma contrat ñoom ñëpp dañ di saaf ji nga lu gaay di contrat bu ñu jox ni gaay nekkul ne mais ñoom dañ ko dañ loolu pour ñu jox leen ko nekkul ne gaay dem ko ñaanantu Matar Mbodj lii daf ko Alaaji Sarr dafa lii nii
Aziz, wow. Suma boss président Willy endorse na mu ne ma wax la ne
waaw
sa gift bi yow gift mu ngi Gambia te ding si jot seen number message
man dama yaaga man ñëpp xam nañ ne man real la from day one playo mo real waaye man real la te wana ko dama ko yowani bi man leen ne man saa ma demee last year bëggoon naa ñëw play su English League mun ta possible waaye this year suñu xëy yàlla dinaa ñëw te dinaa su ma ñëwee team bi xam naa naa si def pam
no da nga windi
dinaa ko def
ba pare wande jaay
loolu moom dama ko yàlla dream waaw wande mo nekk number one exactly
wande ngesetaan so yow
waaw
Willy mu ne sa gift mu ngi Gambia so loolu is endorsed man tamit how can I need this Banjul t-shirt
waaw léegi man naa la message after yow man nga send ma sa adresse so defee man naa la yónnee t-shirt
wow, I need to represent. Yeah. Anyway, so be Sasola because we need people with their mind.
Yeah.
Being hold, being fear or favor, they will speak. No. They will speak the truth. Is every Wednesday, Friday. Time I'm next on program. So legi the fata legi. So we get hard talks on Wednesday. Friday we talk about our league, our national team, and the way forward. bii ñu def ko spécially pour seet yi li nga xam ne moo ñoo stop from going forward.
Exactly.
Which ñun dañ feel ne yow you are part of it and then every week nekk koo xam ne moo ñëw
man am 100% in day ma amee time dinaa wax man
even one day sax
lu laa de wax ni man xaw ma politique xaw ma dara football la am te Gambia football lañ fa def football yi ñëpp xamee so football yi Gambia lu ko yóbbu kanam dañoo ñëw pour wax ko muy dem kanam waxuñ fi dara loo xam ne dafa yóbbu ñun daal ñu yóbbu kanam su ku try ñu ne la yaa ngi try soo try ñu ne la yokkal li nga def.
waaw am na ñu ma laaj nag Gambia ñu ngi play ak Morocco ëllëg 3:30 Gambian time 3:30
Gambian time.
waaw Gambian time 3:30.
no waaye du Gambia against Morocco de Gambia ak Morocco under 23. waaw ok sala
waaw mu leer
Aziz wa
boy Habib man naa yow man naa la wisana yow man naa la call
inshallah anyway
okay thank you
thanks for your time man for your time thank you so much
okay
anyway guys once again it was Sana
yeah Habib
jërëjëf
loolu laa bëgg a daanele sax fan soo xam ne ñu ngi bëgg a call inshallah by next week Wednesday dinañ make sure that we work on all the technicalities pour ngeen mun a call in mun a join the program live because at the end of the day tamit you all should be part of this show ñi de invite noonu dañ leen invite while you all listening out there also had to say next week nag dinañ try inshallah rabbi indi Wanda Ndiaye ñëpp xam nañ ne he's a former Gambian international player and then he is doing a lot of things behind the scene yoo xam ne for the interest of Gambian football la and man personally he's been very inspirational and then I have had a lot of chats with him and inshallah rabbi I will do everything in my powers and he should be available next week Straight Talk
bul em si Gambia waxal ne he is a real da Banjul legend sana ba ñaan waay Wanda Ndiaye
okay he's a real da Banjul agent I'm not really ma déglu but he is one of the people you know is lined up pour Straight Talk because he cannot there is no way that mu mun ñëw resist mu mun a turn down our invitation and we're going to say this in public te really su turn down to invitation pour mu ñëw Straight Talk dinañ ko wax in public ne really Abraham dafa turn down to invitation pour Straight Talk and
if you invite Willie I will invite Aliou Bey while Dan I will invite Assane Ndour suma
But that's the way to go. We need these stakeholders to come because stakeholders they are one of the most important components in Gambian football. Li ñoo coow yëpp ñoom ñoo waral coow li. Federation bi it's one part because dama feel ne the stakeholders has a bigger responsibility right now. Li ñoo point fingers, these are the people that we should point fingers to. They should be in a position pour laajte GFF where are these funds going to? We cannot play football if the pitches are not good.
Can we tell the fans that Nani has unfinished business here because
exactly Nani will always be part of Straight Talk and then hopefully next week dinañ ko amaat back where dinañ try pour mu am like hopefully dina am a better internet connection.
No bii moom fekk ma wax ak QCell Nani QCell la moo liggéey QCell dañuy provide internet so QCell please bu leen rusloo Nani give him the best internet
dinañ try pour waa Ibrahima Mané su ko defee moom na mun a faciliter Nani am a better internet connection because he has an unfinished business.
suma bro bi Omar Diallo fu la nit tukulóor foofu la moo liggéey dinaa wax Omar jox leen Nani unlimited data.
Yeah, di leen remind rek on Friday evening am nañ fi ñaar ñu xarañ ci football di Idrissa Sonko former Gambian international mu ngi coach in Qatar and also Aziz Kornyang former Gambian international it's also behind this Banjul FC in Sweden. And basically the topic of discussion for Friday is the Gambian national team. We have host of things, areas that we wanted to talk about for Exosco. xam nañ ne ñu ngi si international break, and they had a game with the Morocco under 23. That's been like a hot topic. Why Morocco under 23?
Ghana instead is the Moroccan Chan team.
Is the under 23? That has no difference.
No. Officially, it's not to be honest. It's the Chan team. My team moving Chan. Right now, they are the best home-based team in Africa. To be honest, so.
But yeah, I
agree.
I agree, but Abib, that has to be said. The Chan team is the under 23 team. It's all the same. There is no difference with it. The national team is the national team. So Amut Daralino shortcut here. Like I said, we will leave everything to stay until on Friday, and we will come up with our opinions. We can disagree to agree. I don't have a problem with that. But this is the fact is we had a show on Friday. Idrissa Sonko, even though it's gonna be late for him in Qatar, but he still endeavored to join the show on Friday, and hopefully I'm Nanisi on Friday. But
if you call my legends,
name
and team.
Okay. Idrissa Sonko, former Gambian international, and Real de Banjul, former Real de Banjul and Gambian international.
Money, one thing we miss Badembo.
Actually, I haven't spoke to him this past week. Why didn't I have him? And hopefully, the Nenko together with Wandenjai, and we will have Nenko and then a straight talk on Wednesday, inshallah.
Badembo one day, Mandama Lindbergh, the most.
No, one day most definitely one day would be available on Straight Talk on Wednesday, and I can assure you that Badembo is a very good friend. I will bring him in.
Thank you.
Okay, Jeff and everybody, see you all on Friday, inshallah.
Inshallah. Bye bye.